It was announced yesterday that Rick Middleton, nicknamed Nifty, is having his number retired by the Boston Bruins. Now, I talk regularly about guys who got snubbed from the Hall of Fame. There's something to be said for that with Nifty. He made the All-Star game in 81, 83, and 84. Was the second All-Star in the NHL once. But again, he played during the era of Lafleur and Gretzky. Doesn't really get a lot of attention, but if you look at the numbers, you could argue he's a Hall of Famer. So he's drafted 14th overall in 1973 by the New York Rangers. Fine. First year, he plays with their American Hockey League franchise and comes up in 74. Plays 47 games as a rookie, 22 goals, 18 assists, 40 points. Fine. 75-76, he plays a full season with the Rangers. Almost. 77 games out of 80. It's not bad. 24 goals, 26 assists, 50 points. But he's a minus 38. Now, we can all agree that plus minus is an outmoded stat and all these other stats that more accurately show who is or isn't a good defensive player. But it was pretty universally believed that even though he had 50 points, his defense was so bad that it just wasn't worth the risk to some people, including the Rangers. So New York Rangers ship him off to Boston for an aged Ken Hodge, with the idea that Hodge might be able to push him over the top. And Middleton, his defense is so bad. Middleton gets to Boston. Don Cherry sees the potential. Cherry and Middleton had a very good rapport. That's obvious from any time that Don Cherry talks about Rick Middleton. My favorite Rick Middleton story was that after one particular summer, they ran. I think they were on the same elevator, and Cherry says to Middleton, "Looks like you gained a few pounds during the off season." And Middleton smiled and said, "Yeah, it was a good summer." Just imagine that now. Just imagine the chaos now if a player said that. His first season in Boston, not awe-inspiring. 72 games played, 20 goals, 22 assists, 42 points. Almost no indication of what's to come. But Cherry sticks with it, and Cherry, that first year, second year, he's teaching him defense. He's like, I can teach this kid defense, and he does. 77-78, 79 games played, 25 goals, 35 assists, 60 points, and he's a plus 40. Now, I would be remiss not to mention that this is a Boston Bruins team that is excellent. And the Rangers, when he played there, were less excellent. And this is where the plus-minus argument comes in. But everybody, to a man, agrees that Rick Middleton was a much better defensive player under Don Cherry than he was before Don Cherry. 78-79, 71 games played, 38 goals, 48 assists, 86 points. 79-80, he plays 80 games, 40 goals, 42 assists, 92 points. 80-81, 80 games played, 44 goals, 59 assists, 103 points. So this is where I start watching hockey. And, Middleton to me is just another Bruin. I wasn't cheering for the Bruins at the time. That wouldn't happen, of course, until Neely got there. But I was impressed. I was impressed with Middleton and his stats. And, if you look at it, he just keeps building up. Once he gets to Boston, he starts out with the 42 points, and he keeps building up. The season following, in 81-82, he plays 75 games, 51 goals. So there's a 50-goal season, 43 assists, 94 points. If not for the 5 games he misses, he probably hits the 100-point mark again. He did only hit that mark twice in his career. The following season, he plays all 80 games, 49 goals, 47 assists, 96 points. So 1 goal short of 2 straight 50-goal seasons. This is where the Hall of Fame argument, it's not going to work. And as a Bruins fan, it'd be great to see it, but it's not going to happen. 83-84, he plays all 80 games, 47 goals, 58 assists, 105 points. That would be a benchmark. So what could cause this career to fail? What could cause somebody who's at 105 points to, within 4 years, he's out of the game with a whimper? Well, 84-85, his point totals drop. 80 games, 30 goals, 46 assists, 76 points. But 85-86 is really where things happen. 49 games, 14 goals, 30 assists, 44 points. Asterisk, why? Got a concussion. And he reported headaches throughout the rest of his career. What that means is it's the 80s, so it's an untreated concussion. Basically, you can skate, just go out on the ice, play through it. And that was the attitude at the time. And so consider that when you look at his stats the following year, where he plays 76 games, 31 goals, 37 assists, 68 points, while dealing with concussion issues regularly. The following season, he only plays 59 games due to injury, 13 goals, 19 assists, 32 points, and he says, I'm done. But if not for concussion, or if this had properly been treated, who knows how much further he might have gone. Plays 1,005 games, gets 448 goals, 540 assists, 988 points. Falling short of 1,000 is definitely part of the reason he got held out of the Hall of Fame. That did seem to be a watermark there. And just the fact that he didn't really dominate. And this is a question that I get asked, like, well, does Hall of Fame, should they be a dominant forward, a dominant defenseman, dominant goaltender? Yeah, I guess. And I think Middleton is definitely a guy who's a legend for Bruins fans, and that's why his number being retired is excellent. But it does point out an interesting issue Boston's going to have going forward. Now the numbers that are retired for Boston, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1 and 3 are available. 15, 16, which will be retired on November 29th, 24, and 27. So when you see guys wearing numbers for Boston and they're really weird numbers, you're like, why is he wearing 72? Why is he wearing 65? Because all the low numbers are gone. And 1 and 3, it's only a matter of time before one gets retired. There's going to be a goalie somewhere that they go, yeah, we'll retire his number 2. And, goalies will have 30 and 31 until at some point do they retire Tim Thomas's number, which would be 30. Which would be another one. Anyways, they've got to be among the highest. I didn't check to see, but they've got to be among the highest for the number of jersey numbers retired. They got to be in that ballpark. But Rick Middleton, great career. He's continued on in the hockey world since then, and that's pretty nifty. So there you go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video, and if you have a Middleton story that you wanted to share, you can throw it in the comment section below, because he's a colorful character, and it's a shame he didn't play longer. Thanks again for watching.